Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
If you are one of those hopeful people, hey, it's Caitlin Clark's third year in the WNBA. League just signed a historic new CBA. The players are getting paid. They're getting a legit share of top line revenue. Things are good. It's a kumbaya season. We're all going to come together. We're going to have a lot of fun. I am here to dash those hopes. Y'all remember Raven Johnson. All right, welcome back. Thank you, by the way, for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Now, real quick, do me a huge favor. Yes, smash the like button. Absolutely. It's the only way anyone else sees the video. But make sure you're subscribed, even if you have already subscribed. It's been a while since I said this, but I made the mistake of yesterday or the day before of mentioning we finally climbed back over 14,800, and now we're back below. So let's get back to that again. Anyway, so Raven Johnson, you may remember Caitlin Clark made her famous back in 2023 when she waved her off because Raven Johnson can't shoot. And Caitlin Clark, being the competitor is, and look, there's no doubt, she is a bit of a trash talker without a doubt. And by the way, I have no problem with trash talking at all. I don't care if it's Caitlin Clark. I don't care if it's Angel Reese. I don't care if it's Alyssa Thomas. Trash talking, part of the game, no problem. Now, there are lines that can be crossed, right? Like Angel Reese lying about racial slurs being yelled at her, crossing the line. And by the way, just let's be clear, now she would never do it, but if Caitlin Clark lied about that, I'd be savaging her as well. But trash talk, part of the game, it's entertaining. One of my favorite players ever, Larry Bird, was a huge trash talker. You can go find videos, people telling stories about his levels of trash talking, which are kind of fun to watch. So anyway, but of course, even though that was back in 2023, we have to revisit it. So we're going to listen to Raven Johnson talk about that a little bit and talk about the fallout, backlash, however you want to word it. And then we have a very, very important lesson for all of us, a reminder for all of us to go back to what I said at the beginning about hoping things will change. Man, all right. Well, let's play this, then we'll get into that. It's less than a minute.
And then another adversity would probably be Caitlin Clark.
Look at how far Caitlin Clark.
All right, hold on. Sorry about that. I wanted to, in case you don't remember it, I did want to. Right, this is what happened. I got to take the audio off in hopes that I can see this, but watch, there's the wave. Yeah, whatever. You stay out there. I am not going to guard you, as she shouldn't, because, that was the whole point. Raven Johnson cannot shoot. Like, there was no reason to guard her out there, right? By the way, this just gives you an example. I'll just real quick, what Caitlin Clark also brings to a game, right? Could you imagine doing that to Caitlin Clark at the three-point line? Right, that's one of the things. Just her ability to shoot from that range, which to keep defenses honest, Stephanie White, she has to do it enough for people to be reminded to be worried about, because it spreads out a defense, makes it easier for the offense to function just by having Caitlin Clark on the court.
I hate the internet now because of that situation. Like, I got bashed, I got bullied, I got called all these things that I wasn't, aka like a monkey or this, I don't know, like it was just things like that. And I just think I wanted to quit basketball at that time. And I wanted to just go in this little bubble of isolation and just be by myself. And I think, I leaned on God. I had some wonderful teammates, wonderful people in my life, like I said, and they helped me find that light, and it put so much fuel to the fire to me to go back the next year, and we were undefeated and met that team again, and we beat them. So I think it was all God's plan.
Okay. So many athletes do this. Can I just, again, digress for just a second? The idea that this was part of God's plan is just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. It's just stupid. And look, I say that players can say when they give praise to God for a win and everything, and it's God. I'm sorry, but God is not interested in your sporting event. I'm just saying, God did not have a plan, Raven, for you to get waved off by Caitlin Clark, have that go viral, and then your team, not you, your team, win the next season, which, by the way, you shot 1 for 11, just to add some credence to to Caitlin Clark. But here's where it gets kind of wild, right? Those things that she was saying, and I'm going to give her a little bit of credit. Now, this whole playing victim nonsense that she did about, oh, all these awful things were said about, but then we won the next season, even though you shot 1 for 11, and that's part of God's plan. This victim crap is so exhausting. I'm sick of it. But I'm sure you already know by now where this is going to go, which we're going to get to here in a minute. Another AR clickbaiter to get noticed off CC popularity, sad victimhood mentality. Yeah, that wave off didn't change anything for that girl the following year when they beat Iowa. She still shot effing terrible, 1 for 11. I thought was interesting because this is true. There are various WNBA mock drafts that have Raven going to the Fever. Not going to happen. It shouldn't happen, right? It shouldn't happen. And again, that just, she doesn't fit with the team. That's going to be your backup point guard, cannot shoot at all. But yeah, see, here we go. I'm supposed to believe she got called racial slurs because CC waved her off because she can't shoot. She wanted to quit basketball, had to lean on God because she got waved off because she can't shoot. Victim complex final boss. But here's what I wanted to get to, and there are a few like this because, of course, I won't go into all of them, but just a reminder for y'all. Have y'all seen the replies to this? That fan base is a different kind of evil. The Fever fan base, of course, which is what people get into this. Let's be clear about something, by the way. It's just they found this tweet. Here's your answer. Play dumb if you want, where someone said, when people try to pull a Jussie Smollett, they should be ripped. That is, according to Salsa, evil. It's evil, as this person says. That fan base is millions of people all over the world, all races, ethnicities, genders, and the majority of the NBA players. And then we get this. Let me see. Caitlin is awesome, but there's a part of that fan base that's wicked for sure. Again, this goes back to like Angel Reese and the whole, racial slurs thing. Folks, I know this is going to be shocking for anyone to understand, for anyone to believe, but the fans, if this happened, and look, it's the internet. I'm sure there were idiots who sent nasty messages without a doubt. But that's also why I don't like the victimhood of it. I get them. Nobody knows who I am. Come on. But the point is, who sent them? South Carolina fans. Raven Johnson's South Carolina fans. Because they're pissed that Raven Johnson can't shoot. And they think that's part of the reason they lost that game, and the fact that Caitlin Clark could stay off of her and wave her off and help out defensively on other players, and it's basically almost like a 4-on-5 in a way when Raven Johnson is out there, right? But here we go. We're going to go after the Fever fans, right? He says, y'all are so tarded that you really believe that it was Cece's fans calling her a monkey because Cece waved her off. It must be cool to blame Caitlin for everything. Her team's fans attacked her for being terrible, and she's spinning the R card. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Get ready for another league investigation after we beat her team. Yeah, I could. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't switch to the tab. Anyway, this is what I was reading. Get ready for another league investigation after we beat her team. Right? Yeah, it's going to be the Angel Reese stuff. Easy fix, just don't show up for the game so the fans can't be accused of anything. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's the danger that now Caitlin Clark's fans are so rabid in a good way that would never happen. But the league does deserve to have that happen, right? They deserve to have a Fever game where the stands are empty. Just to make a point, just to make it very clear how you got the CBA, why the league is relevant. It's absolutely, it's crazy. It really is absolutely wild that we got to talk about all of this stuff. I'll leave you with this one thing. To go back to the beginning when I said if you thought this was going to be different, just to give you an example, right? They will tie anything and everything bad to Caitlin Clark's fans. Here's who you're dealing with. You ever hear that well, it's not really a story, but like that idea about how we learn and how, a kid's not going to learn about not touching a hot stove because mom or dad is constantly preventing them and telling them no. They're going to learn when they actually touch the hot stove, right? That's when it kicks in that maybe it's not such a good idea. The Halens, the Caitlin Clark haters, they're going to touch the hot stove. They're going to get burned. 30 seconds later, they're going to touch the hot stove and be shocked that they got burned, right? That's the mentality that they have. It doesn't matter what you say, what kind of evidence we put in front of them. It will never change their mind. They'll move goalposts. They'll just wait a little bit of time and say the same things over and over again. They will not be able to digest the facts that prove their narrative wrong. And a lot of people say, well, then why do you talk about it? Well, because we need this out there just as well. Otherwise, it's all the lies that are out there, and that's all anyone ever sees. So anyone new to it, that's all they see. So like, well, it's got to be true, right? I mean, I don't see anybody exposing this stuff as a lie, and everyone seems to believe it. So it must be the truth. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. Shout out to the 19.